Hey, what's up, everybody? Thanks for joining us on the War Robots podcast. Appreciate y'all coming by, and looking forward to getting into some good discussion here. There's lots of stuff that's kind of going on with the game, and looking forward to getting your opinions and your inputs and discussing it with Islander as well. He is sitting there in the Discord waiting for me to bring him in, so we'll just go ahead and just jump right into it, guys. And like I said, I appreciate everybody stopping by for the show today. Hopefully it is going to be a good one. Hey, what's up, Islander?
What's going on, Chief? How you doing, brother?
I'm doing all right. Just cold as hell because, you know, it's snowing, and I don't like snow.
I heard. I heard we actually got a little what I would call a cold front. We got it all the way down to 62, Chief.
Oh, no, not 62. And it was like 80 degrees yesterday, and tonight it's supposed to be like 10 degrees. So,
oh my God,
that's rough. No. But it's helping the fires.
I understand where I'm at. 105 is what we're normally at. So when you get down to 2, it's like, all right, get the sweaters out.
Right. Yeah.
But we got another cool front, or fresh front, or whatever you want to call it, blowing in. We're gonna drop down to the 50s. So you can see everybody out there in jackets like they're gonna go skiing. It's just hilarious.
Yeah. Cool. Well, lots of stuff going on with the game. And kind of looking forward to getting into some of it. I don't know. I think some of it people are kind of actually excited for, which isn't a common thing for the community. But the main thing that I think that people are actually excited for is the changes that they are testing to the drones. So,
and I'm right there along with everybody else. I'm happy about those changes.
Yep. And I think, you know, and this is just my opinion, I think that they realized that they totally missed the mark with the drones when they had all the randomness on it, you know, the really one-sided, you know, desirable microchips. So, you know, a lot of what they're testing, well, it's pretty simple. You know, the drones are all just going to be a set thing, you know, whatever their maximum for the slots is, that's what they're going to get. And then, you know,
I mean, just think about it and put it on a robot perspective, okay? Let's say you win a Hawk, okay? You might have 4 weapon slots, or you might have 2. You might get an internal weapon, and you might not.
Right.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, and that's...
No, hell no. You know, so yeah, I'm glad they're making the changes they're making. You know, everything's gonna be even across the board, and you know, they're gonna tone down certain A chips that are just, you know, I'm not gonna say overpowered. I would say ridiculously annoying, very annoying. You know, to be froze, suppressed, and locked down, you know, every other 5 seconds is just, you know, we got out of the game being stagnant, Chief, just to revert back into it in a different form.
Right. And, you know, I do like some of the changes that they're doing, like I said, you know, and I think they did realize that they kind of missed the mark with it. So, you know, one major feature that they're changing with the drones is it's not going to cost you power cells to use them, which I think is huge.
That's another plus.
I don't know why they mixed power cells in with it to begin with, but I'm really, really excited to see that go away because, you know, most of the average players, they don't have enough power cells as it is. So,
yeah, I hear you.
You know, that's really going to open the drones up to them.
Yeah, real quick, doesn't matter with a $4.99 $5 donation. Appreciate that, brother.
Yeah, appreciate it, Des.
Pete the dog, shut up. I don't want anybody reading that and getting if I got to pay power cells and drop my robots next week, we're going to have words, Pete.
Yep. Yeah, and the random capacity, like I said, you know, they're all just going to be at the maximum. I think that's a good move. I think that's how it should have been from the start. They're going to be giving us more microchips. I'm not exactly sure how. I think they talked about like daily tasks in order to get more microchips, and they're supposedly going to increase the drop rate of the quote good microchips, the tier 3 microchips, showing up in the store. They're going to increase the chances of that happening, and they did lower the cost, or they are planning on lowering the cost on refreshing the chips in the store, which I think is good, because that was just ridiculous. I mean, it was like 1,000 a roll.
As you're switching, no. I mean, I just got whatever basic power chips that are, I got whatever basic chips that I wanted for my box, and I just left it at that. I didn't worry about, I did one combining, and I combined a bunch of good chips and got something that I didn't want. I said, that's the last time I combine anything. I mean, that's a lot of gold that was spent on those other chips just to get something at random. Nah, it took the luster out of it for me, and I think it did that for a lot of people.
Yeah, well, and they did say that they are going to change the way they fuse the chips. So if you use 15 of the same microchip to fuse together, you're going to get that just at a higher tier, which I think is good. Man, the randomness that they put in, it was just, I mean, I was just scratching my head, like, and it made things even more confusing. I mean, things are already confusing when you're adding such a big feature to the game. And man, the complete randomness of everything just, made me actually just kind of not be interested in them at all. So I'm glad to see that they're, coming to terms with that. And it didn't take them, 6 months to realize it, which is great. This is kind of new territory for the community in relation to the developers, where, I mean, the community kind of raised a little bit of hell with them, but they listened. And they're making changes.
And you know what, guys? Those of y'all that give them hell for not listening, you need to give them props when they do. Don't just go over there and throw out the hell when things are bad, and not give them a little thumbs up here and there when they do act quickly. All right. So I mean, I understand you're gonna give a little hate every now and then when you're pissed off, and when you're happy, give a little love.
Yep. And that's honestly how it should be. Now, they're also balancing the microchips. I kind of mentioned earlier how, everybody wanted the freeze. Everybody wanted that circle, slot, and get the freeze, the lockdown, the suppression, and they were all the same circle slots. So they are kind of weakening those quite a bit, according to the test server. They're decreasing the percentage of that, those effects, which I think is good. And honestly, I mean, there might be a viewer out there that's watching right now, that actually liked how the game was working like that. But I'm pretty sure the majority was like, okay, enough is enough. That's stupid. You can't walk 2 feet without getting locked down, frozen, or suppressed. So hopefully they get that right. They are strengthening some of the other ones. But here's my concern. Even though they're doing the rebalancing, I don't think the other chips are still going to be worthwhile. It doesn't matter how strong they make them. It's just they put all of the good effects, basically, all in the same slot type, same microchip slot type. And I think they should probably maybe take a look and change that, because it's still going to be a lot of people, getting drones and hoping for circle slots, even if it's a decreased chance that you're going to get those effects. Just because those are just the desirable effects. I mean, who wants an effect that, might heal your robot if you're using a certain, passive module? I mean,
right.
It made no sense to me. But anyway, viewers that are out there, I mean, let me know. I mean, did you guys, is there anybody that actually wanted to keep those circle chips as strong as they were? I mean, I might be totally wrong.
We're giving you 2 opinions, and we got 51 opinions out there, so y'all hit us up with your thoughts. And speaking of 51, I mean 53, we got 53 watching, we got 26 likes, 2 dislikes. Fellas, click something. Click a like, click a don't like, click a share, click a save, click something down there, guys. Hit us up.
And nice plug there. But yeah, I'm sure we'll see some of the ups and downs going here quickly. But so even though I like all of the changes that they're doing with these drones, like I said, I don't know if it's really going to be enough unless they actually take a look and maybe change the way those circle slots are kind of dominating everything with drones. That's all everybody wants. So
right.
Hopefully,
and it's understandable. I mean, you want to give what people, you want to give back what people are giving you. If you're getting locked down, you want to be able to lock down. But I'll tell you what, it really increased the popularity of the anti-control in the Champion League area. I mean, just about everybody in GODS right now is installing anti-controls on their bots because it was just so powerful. So, practically decrease it. I mean that's good. I'm happy about it because I mean, in a match sheep, I rarely get frustrated with the game, and I was already starting to get a sense of frustration in free for all. And granted, I had a nice 8 or 10 kill lead, but I was still getting suppressed, still getting locked down, still getting frozen. The game was just, okay, 5 minutes, okay, here I go again. Now, damn, let me sit here for 5 seconds until they unlock me and take off and start fighting. And oh, damn, I'm locked down again. Okay, let me show you. It just got so stagnant, and I was actually getting frustrated, which is something that hasn't happened to me in a long time.
Yeah. And, I mean, I can totally understand the frustration because I think, the same thing was happening to me. I drop into a game and just lockdown, suppress, lockdown, suppress. It got kind of boring, to be honest. A couple of comments here with the viewers, though. I think it was Centerman was saying that the names of the microchips alone suck and are confusing, and that's a good point because I don't know if there's a translation issue, but yeah, the names kind of do suck. I think they should probably simplify it a little bit. I mean, I think that's definitely something that they should look at.
And I'll tell you what I thought or what I was expecting. I was expecting to have these different type of drones to be eligible for certain situations. So if you want a firepower drone, you have one that will shoot for you. If you could have a healing drone, okay, you could have a suppression drone. In other words, that drone would do one thing for you, all right? It didn't do a buffet of different tasks for you. We already have modules that do all this stuff for us, and now we have the drones that are doing the exact same thing. I was really expecting to see a drone that helped you one certain way, and that was it. So when we got this, and we had all these options for it, I was like, oh my God, this is gonna be drama. I mean, I'm gonna roll, but it's gonna be drama. And sure enough.
Yeah, it's just so complicated, and I think who was it? Somebody was actually just mentioning something similar. Sean saying good news that it's good news on the drones, but it would also be nice if purchasing a blueprint drone, the slots were not random, and that is one way that they could kind of adjust it, similar to what you're recommending, because I think it's too late. We're not going to get a simplified drone like you're talking about, where it's healing.
No, that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen.
So, but if they could have a drone that has set slots, so that no matter what, it has 2 circle slots, 1 triangle, 1 square, something like that. Every drone is like that. So I think that would be something that would simplify things a little bit more, rather than you're buying a drone and it's still kind of random what slots you're going to get, even though they are going to give it to us with the maximum capacity. It's still completely random which slot you're going to get. So Hopefully that's something that they might take a look at. I mean, it's not on their list, but I would certainly love to see that because I think it would help to simplify the drones just a little bit.
Now, keep in mind, guys, this is only phase one of drones. All right. I mean, drones are going to become very much more technological. We're going to have smart drones coming out. We're probably going to have drones that have conversations with us while we're playing the damn game. Just think about it for a second. If you started playing War Robots, and what boss did you have when you started, and where are you at now? Okay, so the evolution of drones is coming. So just get ready for that. We're not going to keep these particular fires that we have, and that's all. They will evolve.
Yep, and they're bound to get a little bit more powerful, and in some cases are probably going to be, purchase only. That's just how the game works. So yeah, you're right. Kind of need to be ready for the next evolution of drones. Hopefully it's not going to be super soon. They have been releasing new drones, through operations and through the events. So we're already kind of seeing some of the new ones come out, but I think they're going to take it a few steps farther at some point down the line.
And you know what? Give us 4 drones a year, and let's just call it at that.
Yeah.
Let's get 2 more in 6 months, and let's get 2 more in Christmas of next year. And you know what? I can manage something like that. We can work with that. Work with us. Real quick, boss lady with the $5 donation. How the hell are you? How you doing, boss lady? Good to have you here.
Appreciate that, boss lady. I think, for those viewers that are, out there, we're talking about the drones, and just to kind of give you a little bit of history with it, they actually released this information on the Reddit for War Robots. If you are not part of the Reddit community over there, or you don't use Reddit often, you might want to stop by and take a look at it. So just a quick shout out to the guys that do run the Reddit forum for War Robots. But the developers, Topsla, I know specifically, is on that Reddit, and he's the one that released all of this information, and that's where we got the notification. So it's just another avenue for you guys to participate and give your feedback, because a lot of people get frustrated and they're like, hey, Pixonic, fix it. Well, go to the Reddit and tell them to fix it. The Reddit community is really different than like some of the groups on Facebook. Some of the groups on Facebook are a little bit toxic, but Reddit is pretty chill, and it's a good community and a good place for you as a player to give feedback. Just another tool that you have. But yeah, so looking forward to these drone changes. They have a test server again this weekend. Still continuing some of the same tests that we've pretty much already had. The new robots and weapons. I don't know what actually adjustments have been made with this weekend's test server. I haven't played it. Have you had a chance to get on there, Islander?
Yes, I did. I played it. I did a little video on it. I believe that was yesterday, going over some of the stuff. I'm ready for this new weapon, this Soundwave. It is a brawling weapon. It's up close and personal. It was tailor-made for the Scorpion. All right, he's the one going to get up in your rib cage, and that high weapon's going to be all up in your chin, and he's going to deal some punishment. Once you get those suckers maxed out, they're going to be something to deal with. Also, the shell, man. I was having really good success with it as far as battling, getting the ball and stuff. When I'm being fired upon, I actually spin in a circle as I'm walking away. That way I distribute the firepower to all the different shields at one time. Therefore, not taking too much damage on any particular shield having it broken. I was just coming up with all kinds of neat little strategies that I could actually do with this bot once it hits the community. The weapon of choice against the shell, Vortex, baby. Just drop the hammers.
Yeah, Vortex would go up over the shield, right?
Yeah, it goes up over the shield, but then you gotta wait 10 seconds to get the reload. And I mean, we all know what happens with 10-second reload weapons if you're not 800 meters away. You know, you got problems.
Especially when you're trying to face down a brawler. So, yeah, I'm sure there's a few folks that'd be kind of excited to maybe blow the dust off of the older weapons and give that a try. But I don't know. I don't know how effective it'd actually be.
Nothing. A one-shot kill with Vortex
Right.
is just so much freaking fun.
It is. It's a fun weapon. It's just not always the most, useful or accurate. Yeah, the accuracy. Oh, come on. I mean, they need to.
If you gotta wait 10 seconds to fire a shot, you gotta be able to hit your target.
Yeah, it should always hit. It shouldn't be like, okay, well, one little rocket hit and the rest of them just missed. That's just kind of crazy. But when it all does hit, yeah, you're right. I mean, even going against Titans, you see a big chunk come off. So it is a lot of fun. It's very satisfying. And I'm with you though. With looking forward to these new brawling weapons. I think that's going to actually liven up the game a whole lot more than most of the weapons they've been releasing, because I think most, and I know not all, but most of the community just enjoys to get in there, and brawl toe to toe and just have fun.
And I have a friend of mine here that works at the local university. And I talk. We hang out in the same group, but we don't talk all the time. But we hang out in the same, little barbecue groups and stuff like that. And he's a scientist, or he teaches science. So I went up and I posted, "Look, man, you tell me the difference." Because I had this whole little thing in my head, and I think about war robots a lot. I said, if you were to get damaged by a sound wave, blistering sound wave, and you get damaged by a gun, what's the difference? And man, he really went into a really logical explanation. And I'm not going to tell you everything he said. I'll break it down. But he said that a sound wave that does damage in real life would be internal damage. You're not going to have any damage on your surface or your skin, but it could actually pop your heart and turn your insides to jello, without doing any surface damage to you whatsoever. And I was like, all right, so we have a weapon, does this crazy damage, and it's unhealable. And just by speaking with him a little bit, kind of put the mustard on the hot dog for me, because I was really having an issue with this. You can't heal it. Okay, well, there's no damage to the surface of the bot. Well, like you have with rockets, machine guns, and everything else, the damage is internal. And you know what? All right, I'm sold. I'm sold.
Yeah, I mean, in a realistic sense, I guess that kind of makes sense. But personally, for a game that has healing robots, I mean, come on, that's not very realistic to begin with. So,
yeah, true that.
I still think the unhealable part of it, is kind of a mistake. But it is what it is. I think they're pretty much committed to doing that. So we'll have to see what happens. But yeah, you're right. It would put a whole new meaning to rearranging your guts, if you actually got hit with a sound weapon.
Yeah, I'm with you on that page. I wish, that healing would be available. Maybe not 100% of what we get right now, but at least a certain percentage should be able to get healed up. You cannot negate an entire class of robots,
right,
with one exiting weapon. What's going to happen when we get these weapons on the Titan? It's just going to be one shot, one kill. Come on now.
Yeah, and that's my concern. You're removing an entire class of robots from being able to do what they do, and I don't know. I'm not a fan of that. I think it's just going to hurt the game balance overall.
It's going to throw the balance out, because this is what's going to happen, guys. And pay attention. This is exactly what's going to happen. You're going to have those out there. They're going to max out their weapons and put them on every single bot they have. Okay, and you're going to be trading hands with this guy or this girl. All right, and you're doing their damage to you. You're doing damage to them. They're doing damage to you. Except they can heal themselves. Okay, and you cannot. life is over very quickly for you. All right, you're gonna be dropping into a new bot very, very quickly, while he's gonna be sitting pretty in whatever particular high yield bot that he has. Maybe even a Fenrir, I think would be great with it. But the fact that they can heal and you can't, and once everybody has them, all right, it's not a problem at the beginning. Once everybody has them, it's a huge issue. It's going to become a huge issue.
Especially when
we're going back into the same type of cycle, which is why I get to the fact that you should not be able to eliminate all healing at once. Maybe I'm wrong. Those of you on the chat, if you think I'm wrong, hit me up in the comment section. Tell me why I'm wrong. All right? Yeah, I know that they got to be 200 meters, but any one of us that plays this game knows you can close up to 200 meters pretty damn quick.
Yep. And it's just the fact that it is a strong brawling weapon is going to be enough for people to want it. So people are going to load it up in their hangars. That's certain to happen. People are, just like when the cryo weapons first came out, everybody wanted to run cryos on every one of their robots. Or when Storm was really strong, everybody just wanted to run Storm. Didn't really matter how it worked or how close you had to be. It's just that it was strong. And unfortunately, everybody's kind of itching to get into a brawl again, with the game. So, I think you're right. People are just going to be loaded up on it, and it's not going to be huge at first, but once everybody is using them, it's going to be a problem.
Yeah, because the old philosophy is, it's okay if I do it to you, but don't you dare do it back to me. And when it gets that, the ones that had it to begin with are the ones going to be crying the loudest.
Yep. See, Cursit was kind of agreeing. He said that the thing he didn't like about the new Sonic, he called them ghetto blasters, is the fact that you can't repair the damage. He says that needs to be changed. I agree. And then Pedro was asking, and this is a little bit off, but still talking about test server. He was asking what happened to the map from the test server with the teleport circles. That's a good question, because that was a few months ago.
That was a few months ago, and we know that we're not getting any new map anytime soon. I have not heard from Pixonic as far as them axing anything, giving anything the axe. So, they may have put it on the back burner with everything else they got going on. But as far as they know, it wasn't cut from the possibility.
Right. Yeah, and I don't foresee them, spending as much time as they did, developing it and just getting rid of it. I think you're right that, they just put it on the back burner for now. Most likely we'll end up seeing it probably sometime in the next 6 months. But it does look like, Pixonic is absolutely committed to the longevity of this game. They're putting all their money in this basket here. I know they do have the Dino Squad game, and honestly, I don't even know how well that's doing right now. But they are investing heavily in War Robots, so they are expecting this game to stick around for quite a while. So in order for that to happen, they do kind of need the community to keep playing. So I think that might be partially why we're seeing, changes that we're kind of demanding with the drones and whatnot, and they're acting quickly on it. So hopefully we can start giving them other feedback, like reload button or how about fixed targeting? That would be good.
Yeah, I'm a bigger fan of the reload button than anything else. Another thing I would like to see would be being able to customize your user interface. Like we have in so many other games right now. It's probably not that hard to do. I would like to be able to adjust certain things on my screen to where you're not accidentally hitting certain things like a fire button or an ability button. I think we'd be able to move things around. I think that would change the dynamics of the game and really make it a lot interesting for a lot of people.
Yeah, I agree. And come on, Pete the dog, you need to stop giving him ideas. He said, unless are they going to bring out a new robot that specifically heals sonic damage?
All right, you know what, Pete, you're muted, bro.
Yeah.
Lone, get him, Lone.
Yeah, let's not give him those kind of ideas.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
Yeah.
Pete's just full of it. You know what? I think Pete is a spy for Pixonic. What do you think there, Chief?
Maybe.
I think he's over here letting early access information out.
Either that, or he's just like the guy that wants to ruin everybody's day. He's like, let's throw this out there, see what happens. Yeah,
you got a question?
Lewis was
Go ahead.
Yeah, Lewis was saying something similar. But he's saying that they'll release a passive module to mitigate the sonic damage and heal. So.
Maybe. I mean, they've got to do something. They got to come up with something somewhere, and I'm sure they will. I'm sure there's nothing in this game, guys, that does not have a counter to it. All right, everything we have has some type of counter. This one won't have a counter to come up with, but they're very potential. Maybe you get a module with a volume button. I don't know, or something to tune it down a little bit. I have no idea, but we can expect a counter, and I'm pretty sure everything that we're coming up with right now, they've already thought of and have that on a separate pot ready to get on the burner.
And that's a good point that you bring up. Everything in the game really does have some kind of a counter within the game for it. And we do know just through past history with developers that they will kind of throw something out and we're like, oh my God, this is so OP. And then 3 months later, they released a counter to it. So we don't know what else is coming down the pipe. But you're right that, they do typically bring counters into it. But I don't know how they would counter something like that. But, it could be a module, it could be anything.
I'm pretty sure they've already figured it out. And then they'll just listen to the community and take in a few ideas to add in there. And it is what it is. We got Mandeep. What do you think about the new Big Tech Titan? That's Big Tech, boy. He's awesome. I like it. He does not hold a candle. All right, he does not hold a candle, punch for punch with an Arthur. All right, he gets rocked, but he will drop a Nodens on his ass, and he can trade punch for punch with a Ming. Okay, so it's a good Titan. It's gonna be well balanced. I can tell you right now, it's a lot of fun. It's a wrecking ball, and I can't wait to get my hands on one.
Yeah, I think that's going to bring a whole nother dimension to the game as far as the Titan gameplay, at least. And I am kind of excited that the Arthur can still hold its own. I've been promoting the Arthur ever since Titans came out, and
I don't know if you saw my video on that, Chief, with myself and Zox. But I mean, it was a bloodbath. I mean, the poor Big Tex didn't stand a chance. I was like, God, Pixar, you gotta fix some of this, man. It can't be this unbalanced. Damn. So I think you would have to come up with some kind of counter for it. Maybe instead of running those shotguns shooting into that shield, you would have to use the rockets for the splash damage. Maybe that would counter a little bit better. I don't know. We're gonna go back and test it a little bit more. I'm not done with the Minos and the Arthur just yet.
Right, but it's I don't know. I guess for me, I'm glad knowing that my investment in the Arthur is solid. So I'm not gonna feel bad for the dudes that dropped a bunch on the Mings. Hey, you're lost, buddy. But
yeah. And it's so funny because I can go head to head with a Arthur with my Nodens machine gun,
right.
And it's pretty damn even. But the Minos and the Nodens, the Nodens doesn't stand a chance, even with running for a shotgun, because it has that little redirect button, all right. But the Arthur, it's just completely opposite. So I mean, you can still counter an Arthur with a Nodens. Okay, but you cannot counter it with the brand new Titan. It's so crazy how everything kind of throws itself off just a little bit. But like I said, we got more testing to do, guys. This was only phase 1, but I do like it. I think we do need to change the name from Minos to Big Tex. That's my personal opinion. I think he needs to come out with a Texas flag paint job. That's just another personal opinion, but y'all don't judge me.
All good. Let's see. It's probably a little bit of an old comment here, but Brian was saying that they're just gonna load up the new weapons on their hangers, and then they'll end up getting nerfed. And that's a very true statement. Every time there's something new and strong, and folks, they all do it. I mean, it usually starts off with the spenders, the heavy spenders. They'll get it, max it out, run multiples, and then as more folks are able to get it on their own, they'll do the same, and then next thing you know, we're getting nerfed. It's just, that's how the game rolls. So
yeah, I mean, if anybody is surprised by that at this point, guys, damn.
Yeah.
We already know what's gonna happen. We know what's gonna happen, but everybody's gonna go start filling their hangers up with them, and once it goes on that little chart that Artemi showed us that one time. Once it hits that point, all right, they're gonna do something to rectify it. Once everybody's running just those weapons in the game, they're gonna do something to rectify it, all right. And I don't think they will just everybody. I mean, people are gonna have a little variety in it, but you will see a lot of scorpions out there with that particular setup, and that includes myself.
Yep. Zuby says, most important question, which flavor ice cream Islander most like?
Dutch chocolate, my man. Dutch chocolate. Bluebell, Dutch chocolate.
You're Texan, so obviously it's Bluebell. But for the rest of us, we like Ben and Jerry's.
What the hell is that?
Yeah, I don't think they even sell it in Texas. But
yeah. Well, I'm sure they sell it somewhere. It's just not something that we're gonna go spend money on. But yeah, I'll take your word for it. I mean, it's probably okay.
Yeah, they talking a little bit more about the Minos, and you were mentioning how the Arthur can pretty much win against it, but it is very strong against the Nodens and the Mings. I like that. That they. I think that's a good balance, or a good way of balancing, even though yes, it is a whole new robot, and they still haven't really given us the amount of platinum that we need to be earning in the game. But it's good to see that they're coming out with something that is strong against 2 or 3 of the Titans, but there's one that's already able to counter it. And I don't know. For me, I think that's a good way of balancing.
I completely missed everything you said, Chief. My Discord disconnected, so give me a fast resolution of that.
Oh, well, you can hit rewind on the video once it uploads. No, I was talking about how the Titan, the new Minos, how it's coming into the game, but it struggles against Arthur, but it's really good against the Nodens, and how the Nodens is really good against the Arthur, and then how the Ming is pretty much good against anything, but Ming's day, as the reigning champ for damage anyway, I think is limited. Especially with the Minos coming out. But I like the way they're balancing, where they're bringing, one in that's strong against, all the other ones, but there's already, a counter to it in the game. I think that's just a really good way of balancing.
Yep, I agree. I mean, I like that. I like the fact that everything does have a counter. Zox just came to the channel. What's going on, Zox? How you doing, partner? Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the podcast.
What up, Zox? Let's see. Boss Lady is saying Shell is Arthur's second cousin on his mama's side.
It's the redheaded stepchild. It's a vicious little bot, no doubt. I like it. I understand, guys, where it's at right now. It's not going to be where it is when it hits the live server. We don't even have it at maximum speed. We do not have an MK212 with all the bells and whistles and dressing and have it all pretty. Once we get that bad boy up to par, everybody's gonna want them. Everybody's gonna want them, and they'll probably have them.
Yep. And that's I don't know. I used to be more hesitant, I guess, when there's a new robot coming into the game, and I know it's going to be strong, or it's going to create its own meta. which I kind of foresee with the shell. I think it's going to, kind of create its own meta in a way. But, I think there's just such a wide variety of robots in the game right now that, okay, so you're going to bring another one in that's super strong or super fun to play. That's cool. Whatever. I can keep playing with my old robots, especially with the drones, the way that, and once they fix the drones, which should be this next week, I think that's, I don't worry too much when they're bringing something new out, because I know it's going to be strong, it's going to be OP. We're going to run into guys that run, 4 of them in a hangar, but it's cool. I got, what I enjoy playing, and the drones have really made most robots viable again. So.
Yep, they really have. I mean, if y'all have seen my channel, I'm running the Pursuer once again with the Quarkers and the drones, and I can run down a Hawk with pretty much ease. If I can escape his, if I can weather the storm, I would definitely take him out.
Right.
It's brought a lot of fun for me back into the game regarding the Pursuer, which is still my favorite bot.
Will Lai was saying that they got to give Minos a stomp or something before it charges to give robots a chance to get out of the way. That's actually not a terrible suggestion. Some kind of an animation, so you have like a 2-second or a 1-second, notice. Oh, hey, he's coming at me. Let me, try and get out of the way.
The little front stop and drag going backwards. Maybe kick up a little bit of dust. I like it.
TCC was asking how much platinum do we think the Minos will cost? Honestly, probably around, what is it? Probably about the same as what the Nodens costs, which is like 1,000 plat.
1,000, yeah. But I think they're going to be plentiful. I think they're going to be everywhere. I think you're going to see giveaways for them. That's what you can expect. Just like they did with the Nodens. I mean, the Nodens during that event were just popping out like popcorn. I mean, everybody was grabbing them. I got mine in the event, and I was real happy to get it early. So the bulk of whatever Pixonic makes financially off of these Titans is not going to really come from the purchase of the Titan. It's going to come from the upgrade of it, right? The amount of platinum that you're going to require to upgrade it. That's where they're going to make their extra end.
Yeah, and it's also important to remember that the way they've kind of changed with the game, we don't just have 6 events a year. We're constantly in some event, and the new stuff, the new robots, the new Titans, everything are always available in those events. So, personally, I mean, I'm not a huge fan of, always having like a paywall there, but since you can earn, at least a free roll every day for free,
right?
It does give you a chance, and it gives a lot more people a chance to actually get one of the new robots or a new weapon or whatever it is that you're after. I like that better than them having an event that runs for 3 weeks, and then if you didn't win on that event, now you got to wait 3 months to have another chance.
Right. And if y'all remember the Halloween event of was it last year or the year before that, where they had the event, they had all the good prizes, but you could earn like 20 or 33 coins a day or something like that. So it took you 3 days to actually get one spin. Okay? So after all the the feedback that we gave, they modified it and they made it better. Okay, so you get the 100 coins a day plus the 10 little bonus on the video ads. It's not bad, but by the end of the month, you have 33 spins that you can do for free. Not bad, hey.
Yeah. And
oh, damn, I didn't just did math. Holy shit.
I'm speechless. Yeah, Goose was saying, can we have Titan paint jobs? I agree. I think my Arthur shields need to, I need like one of those skulls that they had on the The oh gosh,
The Lance?
yeah.
The Lance Block?
No, not the Lance. What was the other one? The medium and the light version, where they have that shield.
Yes. If you had that answer, yes, I would have given you the answer right away. Chat, hit us up. What is the medium British box?
Yeah, the medium and the lights, but whichever. They had those Halloween paint jobs that had the skull on the shield. That's what I want for an Arthur. 100%. That's what they should do. I think all of them should get paint jobs. I don't think they should be legendary. I don't think they should affect anything. I think they should just be paint jobs, just to look cool.
What was the medium? Was it a Lancelot? No, it wasn't.
Galahad. There you go.
There you
Gareth
go.
and Galahad.
Which is still that Halloween paint job with the skeleton, and the rib cage is still the coolest paint job in the game. No doubt.
I liked it. So definitely on board with you, Goose. Hopefully, Pixonic and Pixonic is going to at some point release paint jobs for the Titans.
Of course.
I mean,
yeah. Give it a regular paint job, or you can get the legendary paint job. It's going to give it a little bit of boost. It's going to happen, boys and girls. Sorry, boss lady. It's going to happen.
Renge was talking about Pixonic should put Power Cell rewards in every battle. I have thought about that before. I mean, Power Cells, I've always had a problem with the number of Power Cells we get through the battle reward crates because it's literally not even enough to cover one match. So that does kind of remind me that though some of the skirmishes that they would have, or the arenas rather, where you would gain power cells every match. Why don't they just do that in the game in general? I mean, it's not like you're going to get a ton. You're still going to use more power cells than you're getting. But yeah, I think that's a great idea, and hopefully.
Are you talking about making arena permanent?
No, not the arena. But
okay.
How on the arena you get free power cells at the end of the match. They should do that in the regular matches where you even if it's only like 100 power cells per match,
right?
Because most people are going to spend far more than 100 power cells in a match.
Far more than 100 cells.
But it would give people an option to just be really, really cautious and not use the power cells if you're trying to bank up and earn or save some up. I think that's great. Pixonic, you should do that.
Yeah, I agree, Pixo. I think putting power cells at the end of a match, giving people just kind of like what you do with the video ads throughout the day. You give us a little bit of gold, although it's not enough gold for what we need to do, but it is a little bit of the meat on the bone we could chew. I think that's a great idea. I really do. I couldn't agree with that more. Somebody had a question for me in here. Hold on a second. Chief Tail Islander, with his fast vocabulary, most of us didn't catch up with his giveaway password. Well, they hit the rewind, buddy. You just like play it back and at the password part and catch it there.
Well, if one person was able to catch it, then that's on you. If you didn't, that's.
And you can watch the video over again if you need to, here and there.
Man, trying to look at the chats here and kind of going back a little bit. Somebody was saying that Maki was saying that made a power cell in the workshop because of your video, or a pursuer rather. He built a pursuer in the workshop because of your video. Pursuer used to be a really fun bot.
It still is. It's a fun bot. It can do a lot of damage if you use it properly. Although it goes down very, very fast if you're careless with it. It's pretty much like anything else. So, but once you learn how to use it and the ins and outs and use your cover, put a phase shift on there to give you that little extra time to get away. You're gonna go head to head with an Al Mean, all right, and you're just gonna lay into them for 2 3 minutes or whatever it takes to take down a full Almine, keep him at a 350-meter distance. There's nothing he's going to be able to do to counter you, and you're really going to frustrate that mean user. An Arthur user, well, you're going to take about 8 minutes of the game just to break through the shield. So that's not the ideal matchup, but going against every other Titan, it's a great bot.
Yeah.
Real quick, we got AD came in. AD, how you doing, my man?
Hey, what's up, buddy? James Watson was saying, Pix is going to make you pay through the nose for Titan paint jobs. You are correct. They probably will, but they always have free or low-cost versions of paint jobs. So, I'm just a fan of customization.
And just to add to that, what Chief just said right now, my man, everything that comes in, when it first comes in, is a high price, all right? But at some point, you're going to start seeing them in giveaways. You're going to start seeing them in the different parts of the game. You're going to see them in the operations pass and stuff like that. So it's only at first, all right? If you're patient enough, you can get everything you want, with little to no money. You gotta be patient. I ain't gonna say no money. If you're a pocket chase player, you can pretty much get anything you want in the game.
Duran says we should be able to get 10 ads for each match.
God damn.
Whoa. I mean, I'm sure Pixonic would be happy about that because they make a lot of money off of ads. I guarantee it.
I guarantee they're making a nice chunk off of ads. I mean, you're looking at an average of at least 2 cents per ad that they're making times all the people that are watching them all day long. I think it'd be great. I mean, great for them. If you want to spend your time just watching ads, even watching all those ads, it's still not going to get you up to where you need to be. Just my thoughts. I don't know. But it would be a good way for time to generate revenue and give your free-to-play players a little bit better chance. They just got to spend an entire day watching ads.
Alberto Perez said that they said they were going to give chips also in the battle rewards. They did mention daily tasks for getting microchips. I personally never heard them mention about getting it in the rewards, battle rewards.
Yeah,
but
I think that's referring to. I think he was just misspoken there too. Yeah, it's in the daily tasks.
Yeah, and guys, keep in mind that the changes to the drones are supposed to come this week, so it's not much longer. But if you are, working on your drones, just wait. I mean, don't spend any gold or anything. Don't buy anything, until they make these changes, because you're just going to be wasting a whole lot of resources. Farrell Vicar said that he would like to see Pixonic do more for struggling clans. Not exactly sure what you mean there, but I think
what do you mean by a struggling clan?
What I took from that is, the smaller clans, maybe they don't have a lot of members, or something. I'm guessing, but the thing with clans, I think what we're going to see, and this is kind of touching on some really old discussions that we've had, once they complete the merger, which should be happening here real soon, where they actually complete the full-on merge between platforms and allow us to squad together, join clans and such like that, from another platform. I think you're going to see a whole lot of these smaller clans combining and getting all their active players together in just one clan. I think that's just going to be a natural evolution that's going to occur once we actually do get to combine everything all the way in the game.
James Watson, you made the pursuer famous. I think you should have a pilot for. I agree with you. They should make a pilot for the pursuer for me, James. That would be so cool. I got my pursuer because of you. I hope you enjoy it, my man. It's a fun bot. Ghost Bombard. Hey man, well, good to see you here, Ghost. I watch your channel pretty often. I like your content. He says he's drone free. Wow, good for you.
Yeah, you can. You can. I mean, that when I first came back to the game after I had to take a little break there. Drones were live, and I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna mess with this confusing, disaster. And I mean, my first several streams coming back, I didn't use any drones at all, and I still played well. I'm still top 1 or 2 in the standings. So I mean, you can still use or play the game without drones.
I mean, we have enough with everything else we got. The drones just give you that extra little oof, I guess you could say. But I mean, if you're rocking it without drones, then you're having a good time. By all means, my friend, keep it going.
Yeah, I mean, but realistically, I think the only reason people would be going without drones is just because the power cell cost, but that's going away. So, once that happens, I think for those that aren't really investing in drones, I think we'll see a lot more people start to use them. Pete the Dog asking, are they going to be merging Steam too? No solid answer on that. It's been asked during developer streams and so on quite a while back, and they said they weren't sure that because they had concerns about people using a keyboard and mouse. My comment is, well, hell, probably 20% of the Android players are actually playing on a PC emulator, so they're all using mouse and keyboard already.
Yeah, I mean, Manny plays on a keyboard and mouse. It's being done just about everywhere. Emulators are everywhere, so the fact that Steam is using keyboard and mouse, I mean, by all means, bring your keyboard, bring your mouse. I'm still gonna stop.
I think a lot of the YouTubers, I know Manny uses keyboard and mouse, so does Adrian when he's playing on his Android accounts. So does Danny. So yeah, I mean, even their own sponsored YouTubers are already using keyboard and mouse. So I do wish that they would bring Steam on board. I know it's not a big community over there, but the more the merrier. I mean, we should all be playing together. But I'm not. I don't know the technicalities on that either. So, but yeah.
I hope they do. It'd be nice that we all get on one big stage together and be able to play together. I mean, the whole separation of the different platforms. I'm finally glad that they're merging it. We got a couple of guys that are on the outside looking in, and I hope they do merge it. I hope it's not financially feasible for them to keep them on the outside and maybe say, we'll close this down and we'll just bring these players over here and just find a way to figure it out. I don't think it can be that complicated, but you know what? I'm not a coder, so I can't really speak for it.
Turbinite says Facebook Game Room will be no more in a few months. Yeah, I've heard that. Game Room's gonna end up dropping off. Zuby MS said, I stopped playing when drones came to the live server and Al June got nerfed again and again. If you stop playing, then that's your personal choice. I mean, the Al June, I mean, it's still a fun and viable robot. I mean, it's not as strong as it was, but I mean, you can still do a whole lot of damage, as long as you're piloting it carefully.
All you gotta do is take off from behind cover and be vigilant of your time and find cover to drop into. It's still a viable bot.
And
with the $2.
With the
Islander Pursuer Pilot 1 minute stealth.
Yeah, no. Then people would be running, hangars full of 5 pursuers, and then they'd all get nerfed.
And then they nerf the hell out of it.
Yeah.
No, let's not do that. You know what? If I did get a pilot, I think a 10% speed boost, maybe a 7% speed boost would be good. A little bit of extra. I think somebody posted a comment there right there. Why don't we keep talking about the Pursuer, guys? Let's get on something else. Faster and longer stealth. Yeah, okay. I'll be down with the speed. Definitely down with the speed.
Yep.
All right.
1 second, Islander. I gotta grab something.
All right. So I got the stage Chief is going to step out for 1 second. I'm going to go over some of your stuff. You want to see remastered in Rome? So do I. I think we got a few maps right now that are not actually out there, fellas. That we're not playing on right now. I think Dreadnought is one of them. We haven't dropped in on Dreadnought. So I'm assuming that they're going over all this, and we should see the other remasters coming in soon enough. Would you prefer if we could transfer my level of the original bot to a new design? Okay, Andrew, are you talking about if you have a Scorpion with MK212 and you have a brand new Scorpion, can you take your MK212 and place it into that Scorpion? That sounds like a pretty cool idea, but don't expect it to happen.
Yeah, I don't think we'll ever see a function like that, even though there are some games out there that have similar mechanics. War Robots, I really don't see that as something that they're ever going to do. I apologize for stepping away there. Unfortunately, I have medication, and I have a new pill box that literally yells at me to tell me to take it, and unfortunately, it just yelled at me, so...
You need to find a box with less attitude.
The phantom speed has gone away even with speed boosters, according to Ghost Boom Dab. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure. I completely buy into Pixonic's reasoning for the speed nerfs that so many of the robots are experiencing, where they were saying that the old coding was giving them more speed than they were supposed to have, and now they're kind of where they're supposed to be. That just doesn't make any sense, because some of them, it's like you go in when you're supposed to be speeding up and you don't go any faster. So I think they need to really kind of take a look at that. And plus, we've been playing for the last 6 years.
I was about to say, if it has not been a problem like that for this long, why is the problem now?
Yeah, I mean, just it doesn't matter if it was getting more speed than it was supposed to have. I mean, people have been playing it based on that for the last year, 2 years, however long that robot has been out. So yeah, they should really kind of make their own make those adjustments to the speed, because it is kind of affecting the game, and I think it's affecting the game in a negative way, because those robots that were your speed runners, your beacon grabbers, they're not as effective at all. So you might as well just throw nothing but tanks on the field, because it's slow and you're going to live longer, and then you'll get there and take the beacon eventually.
Yeah, there's nothing bad about a fast game, in my opinion. Nobody wants to spend a minute walking across the battlefield to get into a fight. You want to get there as quick as possible. So, to me, speed in a game is a huge plus. Now, I wouldn't want to see an Archer with Loki speed, but
yeah.
If it's meant to be a fast bot, then let it be a fast bot. If it's meant to be a battle tank, let it be a battle tank. Do what you got to do for it to speed it up. I mean, even if you're running a Fenrir, you want to use your Roadhog, and you want to use whatever you can do to help yourself get from A to B just a few seconds faster. Nothing wrong with speed, guys.
Right. Turbo Knight was commenting as well, saying that he's maxed Adamant Roadhog on his, and it barely boosts the speed at all. Yeah, I think Pixonic needs to just kind of go back and fix that.
I agree. If it creates that much of a rip, I agree 100%.
Cursit says that he misses Dreadnought in Rome. Factory was good, but they can scrap Yamantau. Not exactly sure what you're referring to, but yeah, Yamantau, I'm 100% behind you. That one could go away. I hate Yamantau.
Yes, so some of these maps, at least on the Android side, we're not playing at this current time. I think you're referring to that.
And it's the same on iOS.
iOS has them?
No, it's just
okay.
Yeah, it's the same. We're only getting certain maps. And I think the reason for that is because those other maps, even though they didn't give every map the full-on treatment, you know, with the graphics and everything, with the remastered stuff. I think they only had 4 maps that were done as far as the remastered goes, but then they released the remastered and there are all these other maps, so I think they're just trying to give them a baseline, you know, increase on their graphics to work with remastered, but we should be getting them all back.
You should know I'm not like others. You should know I'm not the one.
Let's see. I agree, Islander. We need to have diversity in the game with fast robots and slow robots. I'm with you. I like diversity.
Yep.
And I'm actually pretty pleased with the diversity that we've had in the game recently. I mean, yeah, there are some folks that are, you know, jumping on the Hawk bandwagon and, you know, running, you know, 3 or 4 Hawks in a hangar. But, you know, there's always going to be folks that play like that. But I think for the most part, I mean, I'm seeing like a really good mix of robots on the field. And for me personally, I mean, yeah, I have the robots that I generally run, but you know, I think the problem that I have now is there's other robots that I want to run. I just don't have enough room or slots in my hangar.
Exactly. Yep. I'm running 5 different robots myself, Chief, and I got the one I want. You know, I would like to put the Ravana back in there somehow, some way, but there's no space for him. You know, and
Right.
Although it's still a great bot, it's just not where I want to be as far as running a speed lineup.
See, it's that guy says Pixonic needs to show some love to Gareth. Not everyone's in Champion League. Hey, you know, I'm right there with you. I think they should go back through some of these older robots because, you know, back then when they released them, it was a completely different game. And yeah, I understand they have their progression and everything, but if somebody's a new player coming to War Robots right now, they're going to kind of get with those older robots, and then bam, all of a sudden once they hit level 30, it's a whole nother game, and I don't think that's good. So yeah, I think they should go back through all the old robots, you know, give them a little something, make sure that they all have an active module or, you know, passive slots. If they made every robot in the game like that, then they can have it, you know, when you first load in War Robots for the first time and you get your Destrier, you know, it's, you know, it's just part of the game at that point, you know, so you don't have
I
to.
would like to see all bots have 3 module slots. I don't
Yeah,
care
they
what bot
should.
it is.
They should.
You know,
all
I
of them.
mean,
And an active module.
you're not gonna take a GI patent, all right? Put them in there with 3 active module slots, and you know, 3 slots, an active module, and a drone, right? Send him into battle and think he's gonna hang with any of the meta bots whatsoever, right? Even if he has all the bells and whistles on him, you know, if you're tactical enough, you could probably get some good damage and get a kill here and there, and it would be fun to play, all right? But you're not gonna go in there and compete with a Hawk. I mean, you're gonna be dead in 2 seconds flat. So,
Right.
you know, it gives a different aspect of fun for certain people to have it. It doesn't hurt Pixonic in any way, shape, or form to do it. Somebody might run it 2 or 3 times, and they're going to go back to running a more powerful hanger, you know. But it gives you the option to go have, you know, a fun day and not just be a total victim.
Right, and pilots are enough of a complication, you know, when you're looking at moving around robots and shifting one in or trying a different one. I mean, you have to deal with, you know, the weapons. You know, what weapons do you have available that are leveled up enough for you to actually put on it? You know, do you have a pilot that's running, you know, on this weapon that, you know, has abilities? You know, yeah, give them all module slots already. I mean, it's part of the game. Anthony says, looks like Pantheon bots are making a return. I have seen a lot more of them on the field lately. I wouldn't say
What's going on, Anthony?
I wouldn't say that they are making like a strong return, but definitely more on the field, which is fine by me because I'm a magnet to Ares. When there's an Ares on the field, I don't care what I'm in or what game mode I'm playing. I'm going to kill it. I just, for whatever reason, I hate the Ares. So
Yeah, there are a lot of areas, and I do run a shield breaker on one of my robots sometimes, just to go out there and mess with the areas and let them put that shield up, and then it does absolutely nothing for them. Oh, it's just a trolling moment. That's a beautiful trolling moment.
Richard Mowbray is asking, what do we think the attrition percentage is compared to, say, 6 months ago? I feel many people have left the game permanently. You know, Richard, honestly, I don't see a bit of a difference. There might be, you know, maybe a few more of the, you know, players that were in higher clans, you know, or dominant clans that might have chose to leave the game, but people come, people go. It's a MOBA game. You know, it's always been that way. Every time there's any change in the game, everybody thinks, oh, hey, look, there's a mass exodus. The whole player base is just quitting. No, they're not. They're not.
Yeah.
I mean, this game is still going strong, and for anybody that chooses to quit, that's cool. You know, go quit. There's 10 more people that are picking the game up, and out of those 10, you'll probably have 2 people that stick with it. So...
And, you know, just to go and read what Chief said, and I brought this up before, and I made this comment before hundreds of times, and I'll say it again one more time. I've been with this game since the giddy up, all right? I've been here, I think I was within the first 50,000 downloads or whatever it was when the game came out. And I can tell you right now that the game has been dying since the Rhino release, all right? Ever since they released the Rhino, that was it. The game was dead. Everybody's going to leave the game. You're killing your own game. And then you had, you know, your British bots and your this bot, and get killed the game, and then the Dash bots get killed the game, and you know the Spectre's going to kill the game, and everything's killing the game. But we're still here, so the game is not going anywhere, my friend. I know you might think that you've lost a couple of friends, but it's a very huge community. You know, the U.S. is the biggest part of it, but it's all over the world. It really, really is. So as far as the game. Maintaining its popularity, it's not going anywhere.
Yeah, trust me. The Pixonic is not going to be investing what is most likely millions of dollars in a whole overhaul of the game if they have a huge exodus going on. They're just not going to. It's just not a smart business decision. So. We know that Pixonic is still very well funded, and they will be for a long time. This game is here to stay. It's not going anywhere. Alex Durr says Corona Halo Glory needs to be removed from the gold chest, and the 5k power cell needs to be up to 10k power cells. I agree with the power cells. I don't necessarily agree with the you know, removing certain weapons from the chest. I mean, there's still a place for all of those weapons, and I still see them all on the field. So that's just my personal opinion, though. But yeah, I think we're probably going to look at wrapping up the discussion here. I appreciate everybody that stopped by. Appreciate if y'all drop a like or a dislike or whatever it is you want to drop on the video. I appreciate it. And if you aren't yet subscribed over on Islander's channel, there's a link to his channel in the video description and in the pinned comment. So make sure you guys head over there and subscribe to his. He puts out lots of videos each week, and he does a lot of stuff with the news and rumors, and you want to make sure you're following him. I'm sure most of you already are, but for the few that might not be following him. But yeah, if you guys have any you know, last minute questions or comments you want to get on the stream here, go ahead and drop them in the comment section.
Yep, now's the time, fellas. If y'all got any final questions, let us know.
Anthony says, I always mention this, but the Steam servers are really low on players, and I hope Remastered comes out soon so it brings people back. Yeah, Anthony, Steam is such a, you know, small community. I mean, it's just, for a mobile game to even be on Steam, it just seems odd to most people. So, I mean, I know there are some that are fairly popular that are on Steam, but I mean, when I think of Steam personally, I'm thinking, you know, full-on PC titles, not mobile titles. So unfortunately, it's just hopefully they'll get remastered out there, pushed to the Steam community, and just merge you guys with everybody else. Hopefully they have a way to do that.
I agree. Come on down, man. Join the party.
Mix Fan was saying he hasn't quit, but he has significantly reduced the time he plays. He plays a lot of Call of Duty Mobile. Hey, it's a fun game, and you know, as with any game that you play, you know, you want to make sure you're having fun doing it. So, you know, put your efforts and time into whichever one you're having fun with.
I do a little bit of Call. I do maybe 1 or 2, I guess, Royales a week now. I mean, I was playing Call of Duty Mobile a little bit more than the usual, but then it just kind of got hold of me. And then of course they had their brand new updates and all that stuff. Updates kind of throw things off. So I just kind of drifted back towards War Robots. I am playing that new little other mech game, which is with that Mech Arena, whatever it is. And it's fun, all right. There's actually one boss that's fun, but it's a little spin-off game, and it's a little bit. It's the same but different. Is it anything like War Robots? No. Does it hold a candle of War Robots? Absolutely not. But is it fun? Yeah, it's kind of cool, all right. You know, it's worth to throw a little bit of time, just play a little bit. So, and I still play Clash of Clans. So, guys, there's nothing wrong with playing other games. No problem. There's really not.
Yep. Alberto asking when I'm going to be doing another giveaway. Honestly, I don't have an answer for you, Alberto. I'm still working through some personal things to get myself back fully, you know, to cranking out the content here on the channel. Right now, I'm pretty much limited to just doing my live streams, but you know, hopefully sometime in the near future, I'll get back into the regular video content and drop another giveaway. Alex Durr says that they should give limited edition weapons more damage. Yeah, I agree. If they want you to go through and level those up when you already have regular ones leveled up, then absolutely they need to make it worth your while.
I agree. Like you give paints 5% on health. If you get a weapon and it's limited edition weapon, it should have a 5% boost on damage. I mean, it's not a lot, okay? It gives you that extra little oof. But if you already have your maxed out atomizers, another set of 4 atomizers, there's nothing in it for you.
Final Justice is asking, should I sell Fenrir and replace with the shell bot coming? I rarely use Fenrir and really want the new bot. Sure. I mean, play whatever robot's fun. I mean, man, I tell people this all the time. Play the game for fun. That's it. If you want to run 3 Destriers and 2 Arthurs, or not Arthurs, 2 Lancelots, you know, in your hangar in Champion League, hey, more power to you if you can pull it off. You know, play whatever robot you think is fun with whatever weapons you think are fun.
My only recommendation is if you have maxed it out, then no, don't sell it. Just leave it in your hangar, because you're not going to get anywhere close to what you invested in it. And you just never know what's going to be viable again down the road. Like, I should have sold the Pursuer a hell of a long time ago, but it's still fun. It's still viable for me. So, you know, if unless you like seriously need the silver, I would say just put it in the hangar and leave it there, because you just don't know what happens later down the road.
Right. Real quick, Brian dropping some information. I mean, obviously not verified or anything, but he said that he sent a message in or asked somebody, Sasha, about Game Room shutting down, and the message he got back saying, we're aware of the situation. Sadly, Game Room will be deprecated in 2021, which means it's going away. However, we have plans that'll be informed at the right time for the Game Room players. Please stay tuned. So, sounds like, you know, if you've invested in the game on Game Room and are looking to continue playing, they're working on a way to make that happen for you.
Yeah, I mean, if you have your player ID over there, and I'm pretty sure they can just go through your hangar, kind of see what you got, and I guess it would just come down to saying, hey, I have an Android device or an iOS device or whatever it is that you need to do, and do some type of transfer over to a different device. I don't think that would be too hard. I mean, I would like to see that happen. If they're closing the game, they're closing the platform, then they got to do something to compensate the players that are there and that have invested their time and their finances into the game.
Right. But anyway, I think that's gonna wrap it up here for the stream. Like I said, I appreciate everybody that hung out with us. If we missed your question or your comment, I do apologize, but rest assured it will stay here forever on YouTube's history for the world to see when they replay the video. But Eddie, as always, I appreciate the conversation and the insight.
Of course, Chief, thank you very much. Guys, every Sunday we are here. We do this for y'all more than we do it for ourselves. We enjoy you coming by. It's been taking a little bit of time out of your Sunday to come and hang out with us. Much love. Look forward to seeing y'all next Sunday, hope.
Yep. And I'm working on trying to make sure that I can do it a little bit more consistently. Doing the best that I can, guys. And I appreciate y'all sticking with me during this. But anyway, everybody, make sure that y'all stay safe wherever you guys are in the world. And until the next one, Chief out.